crazy with the heat. Credit's no good for a notion salesman.
Boards, all aboard!
Why not? Oh, what's the matter with credit?
It's old-fashioned. Charlie, you're an anvil salesman. Your firm give credit?
No, sir.
Nor anybody else.
River City next.
Cash for the merchandise. Cash for the button hooks.
Cash for the cotton goods. Cash for the hard goods.
Cash for the soft goods. Cash for the fancy goods.
Cash for the noggins and the piggins and the firkins.
Cash for the hogshead, casket, and demijohns. Cash for the crackers and the pickles and the fly paper.
Look, what do you talk? What do you talk? What do you talk? What do you talk? What do you talk?
Where do you get it?
What do you talk?
You can talk, you can talk, you can bicker, you can talk, you can bicker, you can talk, you can talk, you can talk, bicker. You can talk all you wanna, but it's different than it was.
No, it ain't, but you gotta know the territory.
Why, it's the Model T Ford made the trouble, made the people wanna go, wanna get out and go. 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 14, 22, 23 miles to the county seat.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Who's gonna patronize an itty-bitty 2x4 kind of store anymore?
What do you talk? What do you talk?
Where do you get it? Not the Model T at all. Take a gander at the store, at the modern store, at the present day store, at the present day modern departmentalized grocery store.
What do you talk? What do you talk? What do you talk? What do you talk? What do you talk?
Where do you get it?
What do you talk? What do you talk? What do you talk?
Where do you get it?
You can talk, you can bicker, you can talk, you can bicker, you can talk, bicker. You can talk all you wanna, but it's different than it was.
No, it ain't, but you gotta know the territory.
Why, it's the you need a biscuit made the trouble. You need it. Put the crackers in a package. You need a biscuit in an airtight sanitary package. Made the Cracker Barrel obsolete.
Obsolete.
Cracker Barrel went out the window with the mail pouch cut plug charmed by the stove. It changed the approach of a traveling salesman, made it pretty hard.
No, it didn't, but you gotta know the territory.
Gone.
Gone with the hogshead, cask, and demijohn. Gone with the sugar barrel, pickle barrel, milk pan. Gone with the tub and the pail and the tears.
Ever heard a fella by the name of Hill?
Hill.
No. Just a minute.
Never heard of any salesman, Hill.
No, he doesn't know the territory.
Doesn't know the territory.
What's the fella's line?
Never worries about his line.
Never worries about his life.
Or the Cracker Barrel being obsolete, or the you need a biscuit in an airtight sanitary package of the Model T Ford.
Just a minute.
Never worries about his line.
Never worries about his line.
Or a doggone thing. He's just a bang beat bell ringing big hole, great go neck and nothing rip Roy. Every time a bullseye salesman. That's Professor Harold Hill.
Tell us what's his line.
He's a fake and he doesn't know the territory.
What do you talk? What do you talk? What do you talk? What do you talk? What do you talk?
He's a music man.
He's a what?
He's a music man and he sells clarinets to the kids in the town with the big trombones and the rat-a-tat drums. Big brass bass. And the piccolo with uniforms too and a shiny gold braid on coat and a big red stripe running.
Well, I don't know much about bands, but I do know you can't make a living selling big trombones. No, sir. Mandolin picks, perhaps. And here and there a Jew's harp.
No, the fella sells bands, boys bands. I don't know how he does it, but he lives like a king and he dallies and he gathers and he plucks and he shines. When the man dances, certainly boys, what else? The piper pays him. Yes, sir. When the man dances, certainly, boys, what else? The piper pays him. Yes, sir.
But he doesn't know the territory.
River City. We're across the state line in Iowa. River City. Population 2,212. Cigarettes. Illegal in this state. Board.
All right, if you're all done, I'll tell you about Harold Hill.
You really know Harold Hill?
Never met him in my life, but I know this. He's given each one of us the black eye. After he's worked a town over, the next salesman to arrive gets automatically tarred and feathered and rolled out to the city limits on a rail. Oh, y'all all think that's funny? Wait till it happens to you. Your hair never grows back.
Wait, whoa. Why'd they drag him out of town?
Because in order to sell band instruments and uniforms and instruction books, he has to guarantee to teach the kids to play.
Well?
And to form those kids into a band with him as the leader.
What's the matter with that?
He don't know one note from another. That's what's the matter with it. He don't know a bass drum from a pipe organ. Oh, I'll get that swindler, that two-bit thimbleringer. And when I do, I'll squeal on him so hard.
Too bad, Charlie. I'd sure love to be there when you catch up with that fella.
Well, it won't be on this trip. Not in Iowa. Even the great Professor Harold Hill wouldn't think about selling to them neck-bowed Hawkeyes out there.
Board, all aboard!
Gentlemen, you intrigue me. I think I'll have to give Iowa a try.
Don't believe I caught your name.
Excuse me, neighbor. I'm new to town. Could you kindly direct me which way is the center of town?
Runs right down the center of the street.
Oh, excuse me, friend. Where could I find a good hotel?
We'll try the Palmer House in Chicago.
Excuse me, do you mind? I'm a stranger in your town. What do you folks do around here for fun?
Mind our own business.
There's nothing halfway about the Iowa way to treat you when we treat you, which we may not do at all. There's an Iowa kind, a special chip on the shoulder attitude we've never been without that we recall. We can be cold as a falling thermometer in December if you ask about our weather in July. And we're so fine on stubborn we can stand touching noses for a week at a time and never see eye to eye. But what the heck, you're welcome. Join us at the picnic. You can have a fill of all the food you bring yourself. You really ought to give Iowa a try. We can be cold as a falling thermometer in December if you ask about our weather in July. And we're so fine on stubborn we can stand touching noses for a week at a time and never see eye to eye. But we'll give you our shirt and a bag to go with it. If your cross should happen to die.
What the heck? You're welcome. Glad to have you with us, even though we may not ever mention it again.
You really ought to give Iowa, Hawkeye, Iowa, Dubuque, Des Moines, Davenport, Marshalltown, Mason City, Pilgrim, Ames, Clear Lake. Ought to give Iowa a try.
Gregory!
Marcellus!
Oh, you old son of a gun! What are you doing here? Greg,
The name's Professor Hill. Harold Hill.
So, Greg, what are you doing here? Why didn't you tell me you was coming?
I didn't know I was myself. Besides, How was I supposed to know you didn't have been a little tank town like this?
Oh, too many close shaves the way you work. Besides, I got me a nice, comfortable girl. Ethel Toffelmeyer, boss's niece.
Oh, gone legitimate, huh? I knew you'd come out to no good.
So, what's the new pitch? You're not back in the band business. I heard you was in steam automobiles.
I was.
Well, what happened?
Somebody actually invented one. Now, give me the lowdown around here, Moss.
Well, you'll never get anywhere in the band business with these stubborn Iowans, Greg. Besides, we got this music teacher around who'll expose you before you get your pitch unpacked.
Male or female?
Female.
Perfect. That's what I wanted to hear. Now, if she passes by, point her out.
Oh, I will. So, how you gonna start the pitch?
Same old way. Keep that music teacher off balance, and then my next step will be to get your town out of the serious trouble it's in.
River City isn't in any trouble.
Then I'll have to create some. Now, what's new around here? What can I use?
Nothing. Except the billiards parlor's just put in a new pool table.
They've never had a pool table here before.
Only billiards.
That'll do. Oh, see you later, Mars. And remember, the music teacher.
Oh. The music teacher. Haha.
You're Mr. Dunlap. Oh, either your clothes and your eyes to a situation you do not wish to acknowledge, or you are not aware of the caliber of disaster indicated by the presence of a pool table in your community. Well, you got trouble, my friend. Right here, say trouble right here in Riverside. Watch your, I'm a billiard player, certainly mighty proud to say it, always mighty proud to say it. I consider that the hours that I spend with the cue in my hand are gold. Help to cultivate horses and a cool head and a keen eye. Never take and try to give an eye to Kai, leave to yourself from a 3-rail billiard shot. But just as I say, it takes judgment, brains, and maturity to score in a ball-climb game. I say that any boob can take and shove a ball in a pocket. And I call that sloth. The first big step on the road to the depths of degradation. Say first is a little medicinal wine from a teaspoon, then beer from a bottle, and the next thing you know, your son is playing for money in a pitchback suit. And listen to some big guy out of town, Jasper, telling them all about horse racing. That's some wholesome trotting race, no, but a race where they sit down right on the horse. Let them see some stuck-up jockey boy sitting on Dan Patch, make a blood boil, well, I should say. Now, friends, let me tell you what I mean. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pockets in a table. Pockets that mark the difference between a gentleman and a bum with a capital B, and that rhymes with P, and that stands for pool. And all week long, your River City youth will be frittering away. Oh, your men will be frittering away their noontime, supper time, chore time too. Get the ball in the pocket, never mind getting dandelions pulled to the screen door patch or the beefsteak pounded. Never mind pumping anyone to your parents a car with a cistern empty on a Saturday night, and that's trouble, oh yeah. Lots and lots of trouble. I'm thinking about those kids in the knickerbocker shirt, tell young, picking in the pool hall, window at the school, you got trouble, folks. Right here in River City. With a capital T and that rhymes with P and that stands for pool. Now I know all you folks are the right kind of parents. I'm gonna be perfectly friendly. Would you like to know what kind of conversation goes on when I'm loafing around that hall? They'll be trying out Bevo, trying out cubettes, trying out tailor-mades like cigarette fiends, and bragging all about how they're gonna cover up a telltale breath with sense. And one fine night, they leave the pool hall heading for the dance at the Armory, Libertine Men in scarlet women and ragtime. Shameless music that'll drag your son or your daughter with the arms of the jungle and more instinct of the hysteria. Friends, the idle brain is a devil's playground. Trouble.
Oh, we got trouble.
Right here in River City.
Right here in River City.
With a capital T and that rhymes with P and that stands for pool.
That stands for pool.
We surely got trouble.
We surely got trouble.
Right here in River City.
Right here.
Gotta figure out a way to keep the young ones tomorrow after school.
Our children gonna have trouble.
Mothers of River City, heed the warning before it's too late. Watch for the tall tale signs of corruption. The moment your son leaves the house, the see rebuckle his knickerbockers below the knee. Is there a nicotine stain on his index finger? A dime novel hidden in the corn crib? Is he memorizing jokes out of Captain Billy's whisper? A certain word starting to creep into his conversation, words like swell. And so's your old man. Well, if so, my friends, you got trouble.
Oh, we got trouble.
Right here in River City.
Right here in River City.
With a capital T and that rhymes with P and that stands for pool.
That stands for pool.
We surely got trouble.
We surely got trouble.
Right here in River City.
Right here.
Remember the Maine Plymouth Rock and the Golden Rule.
Our children's gonna have trouble.
Oh, we're in trouble. We're in terrible, terrible trouble. That game with the 15 numbered balls is the devil's tool. Oh, yes, we got trouble, trouble, trouble.
Oh, yes, we got trouble here. We got big, big trouble.
With a T. And that rhymes with P. And that stands for pool. Excuse me, did you drop your...
No.
Didn't I meet you in...
No.
I'll only be in town a short while.
Good. Oh, is that you, daughter?
Yes, Mama. Keep on, Amaryllis. I'll only be a minute. Hello, Mama. Good, Amaryllis. Now your exercises.
Oh, I don't remember the library being open last 4th of July.
Oh, it was, Mama. All evening. Mama, a man with a suitcase has been following me all around town.
Oh? Who?
I've never seen him before.
Well, did he say anything?
He tried.
Did you say anything?
Mama, of course not. Don't dawdle, Amaryllis. So don't me a little slower, and please keep the fingers curved as nice and high as you possibly can. Don't get faster, dear.
If you don't mind my saying so, it wouldn't have hurt you to find out what the gentleman wanted.
Oh, I know what the gentleman wanted.
What, dear?
You'll find it in Balzac.
Oh, well, excuse me for living, but I never read it.
Neither has anyone else in this town.
There you go again with that same old comment about the low mentality of River City people and taking it all too much to heart.
Now, Mama, as long as the Madison Public Library was entrusted to me for the purpose of improving River City's cultural level, I can't help my concern that the ladies of River City keep ignoring all my counsel and advice.
But darling, when a woman's got a husband and you've got none, why should she take advice from you? Even if you can quote Balzac and Shakespeare and all them other highfalutin Greeks.
Mama, if you don't mind my saying so, you have a bad habit of changing every subject.
No, I haven't changed the subject. I was talking about that stranger.
What stranger?
With the suitcase who may be your very last chance.
Mama, do you think I'd allow a common master? Now, really, Mama, I have my standards where men are concerned, and I have no intention.
I know all about your standards, and if you don't mind my saying so, there's not a man alive who could hope to measure up to that blend of Paul Bunyan, St. Pat, Noel Webster. You concocted for yourself out of your Irish imagination, your Irish stubbornness, and your library full of books.
Well, isn't that the best I've ever heard?
Thank you. Can I have a drink, please?
May I have a?
May I have a drink, please?
Yes, you may.
Oh, Winthrop. It's after dark. Is Tat away to walk into the house?
Hello.
That won't do at all. I have a kiss for me boy. That lady over there is your sister, young man.
Hello, Winthrop. I'm having a party on Saturday. Will you please come? I would especially like it very much if you'd come. Winthrop?
Well, Winthrop, Amaryllis asked you to your party. Are you going or aren't you?
No!
Oh, no what?
No, thank you.
Oh, you know the little girl's name.
He won't say Amaryllis because of the S, because of his lisp. He's ashamed.
We know all about his lisp, Amaryllis. Well, Winthrop?
I bet he won't say it. No, thank you, Amaryllis.
Oh.
He's crying. Why does he get so mad at people just 'cause he lisps?
No, it's not only because of his lisp, Amaryllis.
What's the other part?
Well, it's just he never talks very much.
Not even to you and your mother?
No, dear. We all have to be a little bit patient.
I'm patient, even though he doesn't talk to me. I do him. Every night I say goodnight to him on the evening star. You have to do it the very second you see it, too, or it doesn't count. Good night, my Winthrop. Good night. Sleep tight.
Oh, no, don't cry. You have plenty of time. If not Winthrop, there'll be someone else.
Never! I'll end up an old maid like you. I'm sorry, Miss Marian. Can I play my crosshand, please?
May I play mine?
May I play my crosshand, please?
You may.
See, without a sweetheart, you have no one to say goodnight to on the evening star.
I know, but for the time being, just say goodnight, my someone. You can put the name in when the right someone comes along.
All right, it's better than nothing.
Yes, it is. Now I can play your crosshand piece.
Now I may play my crosshand piece.
Its brightest light. For good night, my love, for good night. Sweet dreams be yours, dear, if dreams there be. Sweet dreams to carry you close to me. I wish they may, and I wish they might. Now good night, my someone, good night. True love can be whispered from heart to heart. When lovers are parted, they say, but I must depend on a wish and a star, as long as my heart doesn't know who you are. Sweet dreams be yours, dear, if dreams there be. Sweet dreams to carry you close to me. I wish they may, and I wish they might. Now good night, my someone, good night. Good night. Good night.
we're all grateful to my wife, Eulalie McKechnishin, for leading the singing. And to Ethel Tuffelmeyer, our fine Blair piano player. Now, as mayor of River City, I welcome you River Citizens to our 4th of July exercise held on the indoors account the weather. fourscore and 7 years. fourscore and 7 years ago, our fathers brought forth for. The school board will now present a patriotic tableau and. The school board will not present a patriotic tableau. Instead, the Shin family will present a fine spectacle, my wife, in which my wife, Eulalie McKechnishin, will lead the singing.
Who set off that firecracker?
I know who did it! Tommy Chelis did it! Oh, yes, it was
I
Tommy
would have let
Chelis!
it out you.
Mrs. Shin will recover. No thanks to a certain ruffian who is a disgrace to our city. Fourscore and 7 years ago, our fathers brought forth. What? The Payne's fireworks spectacle last days of Pompeii will take place, prevent the rain, stops by 9:30. It'll be out to Madison Picnic Park, across the creek of the past house.
Now, how can it be raining? Didn't the Gazette predict fair?
Sure did, Ewart. That's why we all prepared for a storm.
Oh, the Gazette's accurate most of the time. You know it, JC.
You ain't gonna be very good at the bacon business being accurate most of the time.
Now can we just have order? Order!
No.
Oh, you members of the school board, stop figuring in my life!
Pool table in town.
No, just a minute. Can I just continue with the exercises?
We don't want to do any more of your exercises till this pool table business is taken care of.
Let's protect our children.
This is sin and corruption.
Friends, may I have your attention, please? Attention, please. I can deal with this trouble, friends, with a wave of my hand. This very hand. Please observe me, if you will. I'm Professor Harold Hill, and I'm here to organize a River City Boys Band. Oh, think, my friends, how can any pool table ever hope to compete with a gold trombone? Ra-da-ra-da-da-da-da-da. Remember, my friends, when a handful of trumpet players sit to the famous fabled walls of Jericho. Oh, billet bottle walls coming tumbling down. Oh, a band will do it, my friends. Oh, yes, I mean a boys band. Do you hear me? I said River City's gotta have a boys band, and I mean she needs it today. Well, Professor Harold Hill's on hand, and River City's gotta have a boys band. That sure as the Lord made little green apples. And that band's gonna be in uniform. Tommy, Willie, Fred. And you'll see that glitter of crashing cymbals. And you'll see that thunder of rolling drums and that shimmer of trumpets. Tonk-da-da. And you'll feel something akin to the electric thrill I once enjoyed with Gilmore, Liberati, Pat Conway, W.C. Handy, the great creator, and John Philip Sousa. all came to town that very same historic day. "76 trombones led the big parade, with 110 cornets close at hand. They were followed by rows and rows of the finest virtuosos, the cream of every famous band. 76 trombones caught the morning sun, with 110 cornets right behind. There were more than 1,000 reeds springing up like weeds. There were horns of every shape and kind. There were copper-bottomed timpani and horse platoons, thundering all along the way. Double bell euphoniums and big bassoons, each bassoon having his big fat say. There were 50 mountain cannon in the battery, thundering louder than before. Clarinets of every size and trumpeters who'd improvise a full octave higher than the stars.
This calls for emergency action. That man is a spellbinder. I haven't seen Iowa this excited since Frank Dodson strangled a Louis lay on the man for 3 and a half hours without moving a muscle. Never mind! I want that man's credentials. No, stop that hooligan! He almost blew up my shin!
I have to make an example out of him. When he does, the gang does.
Chili, Clyde, let me go!
Oh, you wild kid, you hanging around with my oldest girl. His father's one of them daytime workers, you wild kid, you. Tagging up and down Main Street with my oldest girl last Sunday.
I wasn't in the tagging.
Don't you contradict me.
We was just walking together, Chili, Clyde.
What's your phraseology? I know what you was doing. My little Gracie saw the whole thing. Now you stay away from my girl or you'll hear from me till you eat the rails. Hill, we'll talk about this. Band business, Monday morning, courthouse, 12 o'clock, sharp. I want that spellbinder's credentials.
Oh, Constable. I'll be responsible for the boy.
But you don't know the boy. He's tough. He's probably got the gang waiting outside.
I'll be careful. Tommy, I'd like to talk to you a minute about the band.
Oh, gee, Professor, that's for the little kids.
I'm not talking about playing it. You're mechanically minded, aren't you?
Nearly had it a couple times.
Ever do anything with perpetual motion?
Nearly had it a couple times.
You have. You're my man. Have you realized that nobody has ever invented a music holder for a marching piccolo player?
No.
No place to hold the music.
Chili, Clyde. I wonder where I get some wire from.
Check in your cellar. That's where people keep their wire. Yeah. Oh, Constable. I'll show you how to deal with this. So, excuse me, miss. Excuse me, young lady. What's your name?
Zanita, I hardly had any idea you was beckoning me. Ye gods.
Do you know Tommy Gillis?
Well,
Tommy, this is Anita. Escort the young lady home.
Only accepting I'm not going home. I have to go to the library. Ye gods.
Then escort the young lady home by way of the library, by way of the candy kitchen.
Yes, sir. Do I have to?
Oh, you have to.
Yes, sir.
Ye gods.
Professor, you're a pretty smart fellow. You made a couple mistakes, though.
Oh?
The mayor happens to own the billiard parlor and the pool table.
Oh. Well, what was my other mistake?
That's Anita. That's the mayor's oldest girl. Woo!
Now, just a minute, Professor. We need your credentials. We're the school board.
Academic certificate?
Nothing of the
We
kind.
need letters and papers.
Make him put up a bond.
We need his
Gentlemen. What am I hearing? Say. Ice cream.
Ice cream?
But I don't see
All
young
right.
man.
Then just talk. Down here.
Ice cream?
Now, talk slow.
Ice cream.
See, singing is only sustained talking. Now you.
Ice cream.
Now you right.
Ice cream.
Now you, sir.
Ice cream. Ice cream. Ice cream.
Oh my God, how did we just do that?
Gentlemen. How can there be any sin insincere? Where is the good in goodbye in goodbye? Your apprehensions confuse. can be fair in farewell, dear, while one single star shines above. How can there be any sin is sincere? Aren't we sincerely in love? Oh, we're in love. Oh, I don't suppose you live alone or anything.
No.
Oh, I have some wonderful caramels over at the
Mr.
hotel.
Hill.
Professor Hill.
Professor of what? At what college did they give a degree for annoying women on the street like a Saturday Night Rowdy at a public dance hall?
Oh, I wouldn't know anything about that. I'm a conservatory man myself. Gary Conservatory, gold medal class of all.
Even should that happen to be true, does that give you the right to follow me around wherever I go? And another thing, Mr. Hill, I'm not as easily mesmerized or hoodwinked as some of the other people in this town, and I think it very fair to mention to you that I have a shelf full of reference books in there, which very well might give me some interesting information about you.
Hey, Gregory.
Hi, Marcellus, and don't call me Greg.
So, how'd you make out with the music teacher?
Oh, scrumptious air out of my hand the moment I tipped my hat.
Oh, she did? Boy, you sure cut a swath tonight. For a second, I thought you knew something about leading a band, just like when you used to imitate that band concert fella down back in Joplin.
Oh, kid stuff. I'm in rare form these days, son. Now, just you keep your eyes on me for the next 4 weeks.
4 weeks? It used to only take 10 days for the instruments to arrive.
It still does, but it takes 4 weeks for the uniforms.
Oh, no, Greg, you haven't added uniforms.
Uniforms. Then instruction books.
Instruction books! But you can't pass yourself off as a music professor. I mean, not for any 4 weeks. You don't know one note from another.
I have a revolutionary new method called the think system, where you don't have to bother with notes.
But in 4 weeks, people are gonna want to hear the music. You'll have to lead a band.
But as soon as the uniforms arrive, they forget everything else. At least long enough for me to collect and leave home. This is a refined operation, son, and I've got it timed down to the very last wave, on the brakeman's hand, on the very last train out of town. Now, if you'll excuse me, Mr. Washburn.
Oh, got to line yourself up a little, canoodling, huh?
Well,
Say, I could set you up with Ethel's sister. Lovely girl, teaches Sunday school.
Oof. No wide-eyed, wholesome, eager Sunday school teacher for me. That kind of girl spins webs no spider ever. Now listen, boy. A girl who plays from that period merely wants to trade my independence for her security. The only affirmative she will file refers to marching down the aisle. No golden, glorious, gleaming, priesting goddess. No, sir, for no Diana do I play fun. I can tell you that right now. I snarl, I hiss. How can ignorance be compared to bliss? I spark, I fizz. For the lady who knows what time it is, I cheer, I rave. For the virtue I'm too late to save. The sadder but a wiser girl for me. No bright-eyed, blushing, breathless baby doll baby. No, sir, that kind of child ties knots. No sailor ever knew. I prefer to take a chance on a more adult romance. No dewy young miss who keeps resisting all the time she keeps insisting. No wide-eyed, wholesome, innocent female.
No, sir.
While she's the fisherman, I'm the fish you see. Pull up, I flinch.
I shy
when the last of the delicate air walks by. I smile,
I grin
when the guy with a touch of sin walks in. I hope,
I pray
for Esther to win just one more day. The sadder but wiser girl's a girl for me. The sadder but wiser girl for me.
And of course you've met Eulalie McKechnie-Shin, our mayor's wife. Isn't it exciting, Eulalie?
Oh, I couldn't say. I cannot say at this time. My husband will wish to investigate, and naturally, I'm reticent. Oh, yes! I'm reticent.
Oh, of course, Mrs. Shin. But you see, part of my music plans include a committee on the classic dance. And Mrs. Shin, do that again. The way you raised your foot just now.
Oh, I have a bunion that bothers.
Oh, what grace, what natural flow of rhythm, what line of expression and movement.
Oh, Mr. Hill.
Mrs. Shin, you must accept the chairmanship for the ladies' auxiliary on the classic dance, mustn't she, ladies? Mrs. Shin, every move you make bespeaks thou sort. Will you, Mrs. Shin, will you, Mrs. Shin? Say yes, Mrs. Shin, say yes.
Eulalie McKechnie-Shin. Oh, well, that is dancing well.
Then you accept.
Yes, indeed. And I would like to say...
Think. And now, for the young lady who plays piano, Marian, I believe. After all, she is the librarian.
Pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, cheep, 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 talk a lot, pick a little more. Pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, cheep, 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 talk a lot, pick a little more. Pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, cheep, 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 talk a lot, pick a little more. Pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, cheep, 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 cheep. Professor, your kind of woman doesn't belong on any committee. Of course, I shouldn't tell you this, but she advocates dirty books.
Dirty books?
Raphael!
Balzac!
And the worst thing is, well, of course I shouldn't tell you this, but I'll tell. The man was on my street, let me tell.
Stop! I'll tell. She made brazen overturns with the man who didn't have a friend in this whole town till she came here. Old Miser Madison.
Miser Madison. Madison Gymnasium? Mm-hmm. Madison Picnic Park? Mm-hmm. Madison Hospital? Mm-hmm. That Miser Madison?
Exactly. Who did he think he was, anyway?
Well, I should say. Show Off gave the town the library too, didn't he?
Oh, but that's just it. When he died, he left the library building to the city.
But he left all the books to her.
And he was seen coming and going from her place.
Oh, yes, that woman made brazen overtures with a guilt-edge guarantee. She had a golden glint in her eye and a silver voice and a counterfeit ring. Just melt her down and you'll reveal a lump of lead as cold as steel here, where a woman's heart should be. He left River City, the library building, but he left all the books to her. Chester!
We need your credentials.
Oh, yes, of course. I have just what you want right up in my hotel. Come with me. Good night, ladies.
Pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, cheep, 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 cheep.
Good night, ladies.
Good night, ladies. Good night, ladies. We're going to leave you now. Farewell, ladies. Farewell, ladies. Farewell.
everything, and it doesn't make any difference.
What are you talking about?
You were probably very young. Anyone can make a mistake.
What?
Oh, no apologies, no explanations, please. I'll only be in town a short while, and Sada but a wiser girl for me.
Look, will you please just make your selection and leave?
Oh, I have.
Then what would you like to take out?
The librarian.
Quiet, please.
Marian, you're not listening. Look. Marian marbles. 6 stillies, 8 Aggies, a dozen peewees, and 1 big lassie with an American flag in the middle. I think I'll drop.
No!
Madam Librarian. What could I do, my dear, to catch your ear? I love you madly, madly, Madam Librarian. Marian, heaven help us if the library caught on fire and the volunteer hose brigade men had to whisper the news to Marian. Madam Librarian. What could I say, my dear, to make it clear? I need you badly, badly, Madam Librarian. Marian, if I stumbled and I busted my whatchamacallit, I can lie on your floor unnoticed. To my body I turn to carry. Madam Librarian. Now in the moonlight, a man could sing it. In the moonlight, and a fellow would know that his darling had heard every word of his song. With the moonlight helping along. But when I try in here to tell you, dear, I love you madly, madly, Madam Librarian. Marian, it's a long lost cause I can never win for the civilized world except this unforgivable sin. Any talking out loud with an librarian such as Mary. Madam Librarian. When I try in here to tell you, dear, I love you, madly, madly, Madam Librarian. Marian, it's a long-lost cause I could never win. For the civilized world accepts as unforgivable sin. And he's talking out loud with any librarian, such as Marian. Ladies Dance Committee meets Tuesday nights at the high school. Madam Librarian. Marshmallow?
Just a minute. Are you soliciting? You haven't got a license for that.
Oh, no, Mr. Mayor. I collect doorbells, and this...
Flattery will not avail you. Soliciting's statutory, you know. Haven't you been down to City Hall with your papers?
Oh, I just missed you. Oh, Mr. Mayor. Oh. Oh, no.
What?
What? Your hand. The spread of the little finger is hereditary.
Okay, is that so? What does that mean?
It means that your son's little finger is perfectly situated to operate the B-flat flugelhorn spitfowl.
Is that good?
Good? It means that at last America has produced an artist who could flugel the minute waltz in 50 seconds.
How can I get one of these horns?
Oh, sign right here, Mr. Mayor. That'll be $17 earnest money.
$17 earnest money. Just to think I could have missed out on the... Wait a minute. I haven't got any on you, you unscrupulous, you fly-by-night, you unflapulous. You be down to City Hall with your by God papers at 3 o'clock.
Oh, you mean this afternoon?
Shoot, this afternoon. Couldn't make myself any plainer if I'd seen a Quaker on his day off.
Mrs. Peru, do you realize that you have the facial characteristics of a cornet virtuoso?
I don't know if I understand you entirely, Professor.
Well, if your boy has that same firm chin and those splendid cheek muscles, by George, not that he could ever be truly great or anything, you understand.
Oh, is that so? And in the name of Saint Bridget, why not?
Well, you see, all the really great cornet players were Irish. Oh, Clark, oh, Mendez, oh, Klein.
But Professor, we are Irish!
No,
Yeah.
no. Well, that clinches its side right here, Mrs. Prue. Your boy was born to play the cornet. That'll be $7 earnest money. And there won't be a penny due until the first installment payable at the opening of the band practice. And of course, I'll need the boy's measurements for his uniform.
His uniform?
Why, hello, son. Why, certainly his uniform. And there won't be any more due until the first week of band practice. So that gives him 4 weeks to enjoy, to anticipate, to imagine, at no cost whatsoever. Mrs. Pooh, never allow the demands of tomorrow to interfere with the pleasures and excitement of today.
Would it have
A stripe? Why, certainly, my boy. A wide white stripe on each side. What do you think of that?
Oh. You'll have to excuse Winthrop, Professor. We can't get him to say 3 words a day even to us. If you haven't planned in the band, you'll have St. Michael's own way with you. But if anybody can do it, I'll bet you can. Out of a crowd, I'll pick you for a hod-carrying, clay-pipe-smoking, shamrock-wearing, harp-playing, mavern-naining, pinching, terrace-hall minstrel-singing Irishman. Big gobbin', big jammers. Where are you from, me boy?
Gary, Indiana.
I know it. Gary. Where did you say?
Gary, Indiana. In fact, Gary Conservatory was my alma mater.
Was she now?
Yes, gold medal class of odd 5. Oh. How do you do, Miss Prue?
How do you do, Mr. Hill?
Oh, Peru. Oh, I thought the name sounded familiar. Now, I've been trying to talk to you since the other night.
He wants to put Winthrop into band.
Oh, we're not interested.
Oh, but Marian, the boy might have his father's musical gifts. He does have my jaw, you know.
Oh, your husband was musical. Well, I'd like to have a chat with him. I think we could really work something out.
Do you burst in on everyone's home like this? Prying in on personal affairs? We're not interested.
Marian!
Well, that's 1 for and 1 against. I say you let the boy's father decide.
The boy's father is dead. Anything else?
Oh, I'm sorry. But that's more the reason why your brother should have something like this.
My brother is a 10-year-old problem child who can't understand why his father was taken away. Would you like to explain this to him? He's been prodding about it for the last 2 years. And as to your musical tricks, why don't you go do business with a nice carnival man who sells gold-painted watches and glass diamond rings?
Musical tricks? Why, I hardly... I get the feeling she likes the idea. A little cautious, of course, but I admire that in a woman. Just keep me alive and I'll be back later on in the week.
Oh, 1 moment, Professor. About the boy's measurements. I make all his clothes myself. Sleeve 21, waist 18, crotch
Oh, fine. That's all I need. Now, I really must get back to the hotel.
Oh, Professor Hill. I do hope you'll excuse Marian. She's not really...
Oh, please. Don't worry about a thing. I'm sure that she's as lovely as yourself. At heart. Now, good day to you, Miss Prue.
Is he gone?
He has. And I hope not forever. I mean, do you ever think of your future? Gary, Indiana, conservation class of odds 5. Now, darling!
No. Surely a girl's future doesn't depend on the encouragement of every fast-talking, self-centered woman-chasing traveling man who comes into town. And the fact he claims his commodity to be music in this particular case does not interest me.
All right, darling, all right. Only it's a well-known principle that if you put the flint in one drawer and the steel in another, you'll never strike much of a fire.
Mama! Winthrop? Winthrop, I know you're there. Please go to the library and ask Miss Scrub for the book I set aside. You won't have to say anything. I have it all written down. Thank you.
What are you up to? This hour of the night.
I have a feeling the Indiana State Educational Journal may help me poke some large holes in the professor's claims.
Well, I give up. I mean, at your age, if you don't mind me asking, what kind of white knight do you expect to come riding along?
Well, I'm not waiting for Luther Griner, who backs me into the ancient history shelf every time he comes into the library.
He does?
Or Ed Gammage in that buggy of his with the removable back seat. And I'm not waiting for a man in shining white armor either. My white knight, not a Lancelot, nor an angel with wings, just someone to love me, who's not ashamed of a few nice things. My white knight, what my heart would say, if it only knew how pleased dear Venus show me now. All I want is a plain man, all I want is a modest man, a quiet man, a gentleman, a straightforward and honest man to sit with me in a cottage somewhere in the state of Iowa, and I would like him to be more interested in me than he is in himself, and more interested in us than in me. And if occasionally he ponder what makes Shakespeare and Beethoven great, him I could love till I die, him I could love till I die. My white knight, not a Lancelot, nor an angel with wings, just someone to love me, who's not ashamed of a few nice things. My white knight, let me walk with him where the others ride by. Oh, can't love him till I die.
Zeta! Hey, Zeta!
Tommy, Mama and Papa are sitting right over there by the bank. Ye gods!
Oh, then, maybe right after supper.
I can't. It's Epworth League night. Meet you where?
The footbridge.
You see, isn't that what I just said? First the footbridge, then the lumberyard. What's next? The black hole of Calcutta. Ye gods!
I only want to show you my invention.
What invention?
My music holder for a marching piccolo player. It still has a couple minor flaws, see? If you keep it tight to hold the music steady, you can cut the circulation off and you can't even wiggle a finger. Meanwhile, you could go blind.
Tommy, it's Papa!
Oh, now was it the first thing I said or was it not?
Yes.
Yes, it was the first thing I said, or I'll eat the hay with the horses. Get me that spellbinder's credentials I said on the morning of July 4th, 1912. And now look, my wife's off dancing at any and all hours of the day instead of tending to the home.
George!
And my school council singing up the street and down the alley instead of tending to city matters. And my daughter is off booling with some wild kid, and my business has fallen so far under I can't even find the balance sheet.
Mayor Shin, I have some interesting information about Professor Hill's alma mater.
His who?
His university.
Oh, I know all about that. In fact, that's the only thing I can get out of him. Gary, Indiana, class of 05.
Yes, but if you take a little bit of time to read about the conservatory, I doubt you have to look much further. Here, it's on page. The Wells Fargo wagon just coming up by the depot.
Nonsense.
It could be the band instruments.
The band instruments.
Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is coming down the street. Oh, please let it be for me. Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is coming down the street. I wish I knew what it could be.
I got a box of maple sugar on my birthday.
In March I got a great Mackinac.
And once I got some grapefruit from Tampa.
Montgomery Ward sent me a bathtub and a crosscut saw.
Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is coming down. Was it a prepaid surprise or COD?
It could be curtains.
Or dishes or a double boiler.
Or it could be.
Yes, it could be. Yes, you're right. It surely could be.
Something special.
Something very, very special now.
Just for me.
Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is coming down the street. Oh, don't let it pass my door. Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is coming down the street. I wish I knew what he was coming for.
I got some salmon from Seattle last September.
And I expect a new rocking chair.
I want to get my raisins from Fresno.
The VAR sent a cannon for the courthouse.
Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is coming down. I don't know how I could ever wait to see. It could be something for someone here with no relation, but it could be something special just for me.
Oh, you Wells Fargo wagon, keep on coming. Oh, you Wells Fargo wagon, keep on coming. Oh, you Wells Fargo wagon, don't you dare to make a stop until you stop for me.
It's the band instrument. The band instrument.
Here you are, Winthrop.
Gee, thanks, Professor.
Men! You will each be given individual instruction in due course. In the meantime, stay off the streets, get acquainted with your instruments, and think of the minuet in G. La-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da. La-di-da, la-di-da.
Sister, isn't this the most scrumptious solid gold thing you ever saw? Oh, sister.
That's round one for you, Mr. Hill. But I better hear some, by God, tooting out of those horns, or I'll see you in front of the grand jury at the court seat. Now, Miss Marian, about that.
Oh, now, George, get this fugit.
Your face on the G. Go on and get if you want. I gotta get something from the librarian. Now, Miss Marian, about that book. Thank you. Come on, you lady.
The ladies' dance committee meets Tuesday nights at the high school.
It's you in the sunrise. It's you in my cup.
It's you all the way into town.
It's your sweet hello, dear, that sets me up.
And it's
your got to go, dear, that gets me down.
It's you on my pillow in all of my dreams. Till once more the morning breaks through. What words could be saner or truer or plainer than it's you, it's you.
Yes, it's you.
Oh, yes, it's you.
Lovely, ladies. Lovely. Now turn and take the body with you. Now, let's have a go at our Grecian urns. One Grecian urn. Two Grecian urns. And a fountain. Chickle, 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 chickle. Splendid! Ladies, I predict our Del Sar display will be the highlight of the ice cream sociable. And remember, ladies, don't make me tell you again. Keep your face to the audience.
Please, kids, Mrs. Shin will have my hand.
We are entitled to 5 more minutes.
Well, if you think you can keep these children back, then you go right ahead.
Start her up, Mr. Washburn. Wait till you see the new steps Professor Hill taught us.
All right, what'll it be?
The Shapoopy!
Now, a fellow who goes on his very first date is usually shy and fretful. But a fellow who tries for more than a kiss will end the night regretful. But a fellow who waits till the girl says when, head in the clouds, shout amen. She's the girl he'll meet again. She's his shapoopy, 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 shapoopy. The girl who's hard to get. Shapoopy, shapoopy, shapoopy.
But you can't win her yet.
Walk her once just to raise a curtain. Walk around twice to just be certain. Once more in a flower garden, you'll never get slow if you beg her pardon.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do, si, la, so, fa, mi, re, do.
Squeeze her once so that she's good looking. If you get a squeeze back, that's fancy cooking. Once more for a pepper upper, you'll never get slow if you late for supper.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do, si, do.
Now little old Sal was a goat gal, as anyone can see. Look at her now, she's an old gal that always goes for me squeeze. Her once told her she's good looking. If you get a squeeze back, that's fancy cooking. Once more for a pepper upper, you'll never get slow if you're late for supper. Shapoopy, 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 the girl who's hard to get. Shapoopy, 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 but you can't win her yet.
Mr. Shin, Your Honor, your daughter and I are going steady behind your back.
Who are you?
Well, we'd rather do it in front of your back, but...
Do what? Never mind.
Danita's scared of you, but I'm not. You should hate to have your own daughter scared of you, Geely Claw.
Listen, I'll warn you once more. If you ever touch my daughter again, I'll, by God, horsewhip you till hell won't have it again.
Now, George!
Not one poop out of you, madam.
I think he means paint.
Yes! Now get out of this public building!
I got as much right in a public building as anybody.
Right. What right have you got aiding and abetting the swindling activities of that spellbinding symbol salesman You know what I see written all over you? Huh. Reform school. Now get out! Get out, you wild kids, you.
Papa, please! It's captains like you who make blood in the marketplace, ye gods!
You watch your phraseology, young woman. Go home. Not you, Laylee.
Oh, yes, George,
No, you don't intend your little dance.
My dance?
Islanders Anita taken up with wild kids from the wrong side of
Mayor
town.
Shin, if I could please just have you understand that...
Well, you can't. And by the way, thanks for nothing. I read that book you gave me from cover to cover for a whole week and didn't find a thing.
Now, Mr. Mayor.
Nope, I'll settle your hash as soon as I get these premises off of my oldest girl. Yes.
All right. But in the meantime, I want you to know that I'm vouching for Tommy Gillett. That boy's got the confidence of every kid in town. You'll be waiting in line to shake his hand by the time our band plays its first concert.
By the time your band plays its first concert, the members left to foregather in wheelchairs, count the broken legs they'll have from tripping over their beards. You know what I think about you, my fine, young, feathered head with the feather on the... Oliver J.C. Olin, you worked! I want his credentials and I want him tonight. Don't let him out of your sight. He's slipperier than a Mississippi sturgeon.
You mean you want us to get his credentials?
Get his papers or get him in jail. I couldn't make myself any plainer if I'd seen a butt nook in the well water.
Professor Hill, I think Mayor Shin was behaved abominably, and I think it wonderful of you to come to Tommy's defense.
Oh, that was nothing.
Yes, it was.
No, a man can't dodge the issue anytime a little personal risk is involved. What does the poet say? The coward dies 1,000 deaths, the brave man only 500. Unfortunately, Mr. Mayor was already very upset on account of his billiard parlors, and, I suppose it would help if I had a recommendation from a musical authority such as yourself, but
Mr. Hill.
You would?
I'd be glad to. I just wish I was a little bit more informed. You see, I've been meaning to ask you about Winthrop's cornet.
Oh, his cornet, mother of pearl
sure.
keys.
It's wonderful. It's just, he never touches it. I mean, for the first week or so, he made some experimental blats, I guess you'd say. But
blats.
other than that, he never touches it.
Well,
And he says you said that wasn't necessary.
Well,
He tells me about this think system. If he thinks the minuet in G, he wouldn't have to worry about the notes. Now, Professor Hill, I think that's
Miss
fine.
Marian. Now, I'll admit, the think system is a revolutionary new method, but so was Galileo's conception of the heavens, Columbus' conception of the globe, and Bach's conception of the world, tempered claviot. Now, I cannot discuss these things with you here in public, but if I may call, when may I call?
Any night this week.
Pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, cheep, 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 talk a lot, pick a little more, pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, cheep, 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 talk a lot, pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, cheep, 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 talk a lot, pick a little more, pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, cheep, 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 cheep.
Miss Peru, would you please join our Del Sarge committee?
Oh, you were so dear tonight dancing the shaboopy with Professor Hill.
Pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk.
You dance like a fairy princess. With a moonbeam for your floor. You got a golden shimmer in your hair and silver shoes for all to see. We hope that you will soon unfold a forgiving heart of pure gold hair, where a woman's heart should be.
The professor told us to read those books, and we simply adored them all.
Chaucer!
Rabelais!
Cheep, 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 cheep. Pick a little, talk a little, cheep.
Okay. Personal space, ladies. Thank you. Okay. Thank you.
Now, just a minute, Professor. We have our orders.
We've been deputized.
Oh, yes, congratulations now. You see, I've been trying to give you fellows my references and credentials all week, but every single time you seem to get off subject somehow. Now, I have just what you want right up in my hotel. Take me just a second.
Sorry, but I'm afraid we'll have to come with you.
Oh, yes, of course. Well, let's see if I, have my key. Oh, what's this? Testimonial from Madame Rini, the only female bassoon player to ever appear on the Red Path circuit. Ooh. Oh, her stage name, actually, she was from Moulin. Lida Rose Quackenbush. Oh, you'll never forget the name Lida Rose. As same as the old song. Lida Rose, I'm home again, Rose.
To get the sun back in the sky. Lida Rose, I'm home again, Rose. About 1,000 kisses shy. Ding dong ding, I can hear the chapel bell chime. Ding dong ding, at the least suggestion, I'll pop the question. Lida Rose, I'm home again, Rose, without a sweetheart to my name. Lida Rose, now everyone knows that I am hoping you're the same. So here's my love song, not fancy or fine. Lida Rose, oh, won't you be mine? Lida Rose, oh, Lida Rose, oh, Lida
Dream of now, dream of then, dream of a love song that might have been. Do I love you? Yes, I love you, and I'll bravely tell you, but only when we dream again. Sweet and low, sweet and low, oh, sweet that memory not long ago. Forever, oh yes, forever, will I ever tell you? Oh no.
Lida Rose, oh,
Dream
Lida Rose,
of
I'm home again, Rose,
now,
dream back in
dream
the
of
sky.
then, dream of a love song that might have been. Do I love you? Yes, I love you, and I'll bravely tell you, but only when we dream again. Sweet and low, sweet and low, oh, sweet that memory not long ago. Forever, yes, forever, will I ever tell you? Oh
Will you ever stop arguing with yourself? Will you ever tell him? Won't you ever tell him? Ah, yes, ah, no, ah, fiddlesticks! Just open your mouth and let it come out.
No, Mama.
Now, nothing. Now, if he comes to call again, you will go alone. And if you haven't the gumption to tell him how you feel.
Tell him?
Well, there's nothing wrong with a little lady like him.
Oh.
Winthrop, where have you been?
Fishing
Fishing?
with Harold.
You mean Professor Hill?
Mm-hmm. And look, I still have some words left.
Did you have fun?
Oh, scrumptious.
Scrumptious. He taught me all about his hometown, Gary, Indiana. He even said he'd take me there someday. He even taught me a song that hardly has any S's in it. Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, let me say it once again. Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, that's the town that knew me when. If you'd like to have a logical explanation, how I happened on this elegant syncopation, I will say without a moment of hesitation, there is just one place that can like my face. Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, not Louisiana. There's France, New York, around. But Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, my home sweet home. If you'd like to have a logical explanation, how I happened on this elegant syncopation, I will say without a moment of hesitation, there is just one place that can like my face.
Gary, Indiana.
Gary, Indiana.
Not Louisiana, Paris, France, New York, around. But
Gary, Indiana.
Gary, Indiana.
Gary, Indiana, my home sweet home.
Good night, Winthrop. Ladies.
I'll be back in a sec. I have to go show Amarillo my live frog. La-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da. La-di-da.
Oh, if there's dishes, I'll do them, Mama.
Oh, but don't you have to get ready for the sociable?
There's time later.
Oh, psh, okay.
Shin live around here somewhere?
The Shin home is on East Elm. This is West Elm.
Criminal. Oh, I see. You're the piano teacher in town. You know about this fella Hill forming a boys' band?
Yes?
Well, worry no more. I've got the goods on him in spades. Swindling two-bit rigger. That's where I gotta see Shin. Just passing through, though. Number 8 only takes a 15-minute water stop. Wish it was 20. I'd sure like to concentrate 5 minutes on you, girly girl.
Who are you?
Name's Charlie Cowell, anvil salesman. Just now I'm out protecting the good name of the traveling fraternity from this here swindle.
Wait, no, you're making a big mistake.
Mistake my old lady's corset cover? That fella's been a raspberry seed in my wisdom teeth just long enough. He's already spoiled Illinois for me, and he is not gonna spoil Iowa. Say, what kind of piano teacher are you? You didn't see through him? Why, he's no professor.
No, I know all about that. Band teachers are always called professor. It is a harmless deception. He is a fine director, and his scholastic...
Wait a minute. Fine director? Have you heard any note from any band?
No, but of
Like
course...
nothing, girly girl. That fella has never formed a band in his life, and he never will.
Well, if you would just listen to me for a minute.
I'd like to do more than that. I got the inclination, but I gotta get back to my train, and I gotta leave this dynamite. Somebody on the way to the depot. Bye, girly girl. See you next time through.
Wait, you'll never make that train at the depot. You'll have to catch it at the crossing.
No, sir, I gotta leave word, and I can tell you ain't the one to leave it with.
Wait! Professor, Mister, you don't know me yet. I just meant that I don't know you, and
Yes, you're right. I need more time anyway.
as well as I'd like to.
No trouble there, girly girl.
Ooh. Oh, it's just I've never met a man who sells anvils before. It's it's quite different.
It takes a real salesman, I can tell you that. Anvils have limited appeal, you know. Oh, what am I doing? I missed that train and I get fired. And I gotta leave work.
Well, leave word with me.
Not on your tin type. How do I know you'll deliver these letters?
Try me. There's your train. Now run for it.
About 1,000 kisses. I'm home again, Rose, without a sweetheart to my name. Good evening, Miss Marian. Light a rose now, everyone knows that I am hoping
Marian.
you're the same.
Marian, who was you talking to just now?
Here's my love.
Professor Hill.
Mrs. Peru. Marian.
Oh, you and Marian come up and said, I've got some jelly on the stove.
Wait, there's no jelly on the stove, Mama.
Well, I'll put some on.
Well, shall we set, as your mother said?
Well, I don't think
You did ask me to call.
I didn't mean anything by it.
Oh, Miss Marian, I'm not implying that your invitation inferred anything but academic enlightenment. The thanks system. I've been by your house a time or two this week to try to explain it to you, but there always seems to be somebody here. Mostly ladies, I
Yes,
thought.
Miss Squires and several of the other ladies.
Well, I'm glad. I wouldn't want anybody taking my time. Well, it's evidently not the convenient night, so, I'll see you later at the social.
Professor Hill? Is it true that you've, had 100 different, sorry, what I'm trying to say is,
Yes?
is it true that you've developed a think system?
What? A thanks system? Oh, the thanks system. Oh, yes, of course. It's really simple. As simple as whistling. See, you don't have to have anybody show you how to use your lips and whistling. You just have to think the tune for it to come out. Now, try this before you ask me
Take
questions.
your word for it.
Could we sit
Are
down?
all music teachers as dense as I am?
Oh, music teachers.
I dare say you've met dozens. Even 100.
Well,
Were they all as fascinated with the think system as I am?
Some more, some less. One lady even thought of the same system before I got to her town, and she showed me a few refinements.
Oh, I see.
Have I said something wrong?
No! I shouldn't waste your time. I'm sure you have much more important things to do than explain the think system to me.
I couldn't think of one.
And I must be such dull company for a man of your experience.
Now say, what gave you an idea like that?
One hears rumors of traveling salesmen.
Miss Marian, you mustn't believe everything you hear. After all, one hears rumors about librarians.
I suppose you're referring to Uncle Matty.
Uncle Matty.
Mr. Madison. My father's best friend. No matter what they say, he left me an assured job so Mama and Winthrop and I could have some security. I mean, surely you don't believe that.
No, of course not. That's exactly what I'm talking about. But why do you think those people start those rumors?
Narrow-mindedness, jealousy. Jealousy mostly, I guess.
Exactly. And jealousy could lead to rumors about traveling salesmen. Now, what have you heard?
Nothing. Nothing about you, personally. It's just, generally.
And what have you heard generally?
Well, it's just that. But of course, it stands to reason that disappointment and jealousy can lead to... Take you, for example, and your attentions to customers and, well, music teachers. They can be easily misinterpreted, mightn't they? I mean, honestly, mightn't they?
Why?
So, if a salesman or customer were to be jealous, they could be downright lies, couldn't they?
What could?
Rumors and things.
Why, of course.
So, that just shows you can't tell what you always hear. I mean, if you just discuss things...
Oh, Miss Marian, I would be delighted to talk to you about anything in the world. But couldn't we do it sitting down? You do sit, right? Your knees bend and all? Yeah, there you are.
We could sit on the porch steps.
Or we could sit on a large hollow log over the footbridge.
No, I couldn't. I've never been to the footbridge with a man in my life.
Oh, just to talk.
And I'd have to dress for the sociable.
Then meet me there in 15 minutes.
No. I'm sorry. Maybe some other time. Maybe tomorrow.
My dear librarian, pile up enough of tomorrows, and you'll find yourself with nothing but a bunch of empty yesterdays. Now, I don't know about you, but I'd like to make today worth remembering.
So would I.
Footbridge. 15 minutes.
15 minutes? Oh, what? I just told Professor Hyde meet him at the footbridge in 15 minutes!
Glory be and the saints be praised, it works!
What?
I've been using the tink system on you from the parlor!
Oh, Greg, do I have news for you? The uniforms have arrived. The people are gonna be screaming for the music when they see him at the sociable. Yeah, that's most of the dough. I got Tommy to collect it. He's holding a practice down at the lumber yard.
All right, Mars, go get the rig.
On it.
Oh, what time's the fright go?
9:40 at the junction.
Well, it's not even 8:40 yet.
Oh, look, Greg, if you want to turtle wordle around here and get yourself caught up in a bunny trap.
Worry, Mars. I'll meet you up in the hotel in plenty time.
All right, Greg.
Oh, Miss Marian, you're late.
But you said 15 minutes.
What I meant was, you're about, I'd say, 26 years late. Took you this long to get to the footbridge with a fella.
To tell you the truth, it was almost longer. Halfway here, I nearly turned back. I suppose I'm not the first to find it easier to think clearly when not under this 12-year salesmanship.
Why, certainly, Miss Marian, you don't think I've been selling you anything.
No. You've given me something.
I don't recall
You
ever
have.
giving you...
And that's why I decided to come.
Marian,
You have given me something. Something beautiful, and that's why I came, and I'm glad. Please don't be afraid, I expect more from you. One can't expect a traveling salesman to stay put. I know there'll be many ports of call, and there'll be many more, but that's no reason for me not to be grateful for what you've left behind for me. There were bells on the hill, but I never heard them ringing. No, I never heard them at all till there was you. There were birds in the sky, but I never saw them winging. No, I never saw them at all till there was you. And there was music, and there were wonderful roses. They tell me in sweet fragrant meadows of dawn and dew. There was love all around, but I never heard it singing. No, I never heard it at all till there was you. There was love all around, but I never heard it singing. No, I never heard it at all till there was you.
Marian, there's a lot of things that you don't know about me. But we don't have to get into that right now, do we?
No, we don't. And not ever, for that matter. The librarian hasn't felt like doing much research lately. Oh, but she did plenty when you first arrived.
Oh?
About Professor Harold Hill, Indiana Conservatory of Music, gold medal class in Ot 5. Harold, there was no conservatory in Ot 5.
Why, there's certainly...
No, because the town wasn't even built till Ot 6. See you at the sociable.
So you knew this whole time?
Yep. Since July 7th, 3 days after you arrived. I tore this page out of the Indiana Journal. It was originally intended to use against you, but now I give it to you. With all my heart.
But if you knew, why didn't you? Oh, you little. While 110 cornets play the air, then I modestly took my place as the one and only bass, and I umped up and down the square.
Good night, my someone, good night.
with 110 cornets right behind.
Our star is shining, its brightest light.
There were horns of every shape and sweet treats be yours, dear, if dreams they be.
While 110 cornets raise the air,
I wish I may, and I wish I might. How can I, my someone, good night?
Oh, Greg! This guy's crazy. He's going all around town spilling everything.
Oh, I'll say I'm crazy. Missed my train and probably lost my job, but I've got you now, Hill. You'd be in the clink right now if it wasn't for that piano teacher. I told her about you, and what does she do? Lollygags me around till I couldn't get to shin. Little dried-up man-hungry doxy. Round-heeled fizz gig.
You get out of here before I kill you.
You bully! You big blow-off! I'm gonna stay in this town till you get yours up, down, through, and sideways. Why, you never even knew the territory.
Oh, Greg. Here's your stuff. The rig's in the alley. We gotta get out of here.
Listen to this man!
You gullible green grass goats! Can't you see you're being swindled out of your minds right now? This very minute, there's a burglar in the bedroom while you're fiddling in the cellar. I'm talking about Harold Hill. Road agent, highwayman, pickpocket. The same difference. He's had his hand in your wallet, mister. And yours, mistress. And yours, little lady. Ever since the first moment that he came into this town. There is more documental evidence than you'll ever be able to read. There isn't any band. There never has been any band, and there never will be any band. And unless you hunt this man down like a mad dog right now, there won't be any Harold Hill either. He'll be on the next train out of town.
And now will you believe me?
What are we waiting for?
I want my money back!
Money back! I want his high!
After him, then when you find him, bring him to the schoolhouse.
All over for you. Where have you been?
I'm looking for Winthrop. He's run away. Oh, please, go. They're even talking about tar and feathers.
I had to see you first.
No, you don't owe me anything. Don't you know that? No.
Hey, Greg. All right, he's not here right now. Let's go check down by the creek.
Now hang on here a minute, son.
I know your son. Let me go.
Not till I talk to you for a minute.
I won't listen. You won't tell me the truth anyway.
1, 2.
Would not.
1, 2. tell you anything you want to know.
Can you lead a band?
No.
You a big liar?
Yes.
Are you a dirty rotten crook?
Yes.
Then leave me go.
Oh, what's the matter? You wanted to hear the truth. Now you're gonna get all of it. Now, there are two things that you're entitled to know. One, you're a wonderful kid, and I thought so from the very first moment I met you. And that's why I wanted you in the band, so you'd quit moping around and feeling sorry for yourself.
What's the second thing I'm intended to know?
Actually, now that I think about it, the other thing really isn't any of your business.
I wish you never come to River City.
No, Winthrop, you don't mean that.
But you
Yes, I do believe him. Every word he's ever said.
But he promised
I know what he promised. And it all came true. The lights, and the flags, and the colors, and the symbols.
Where was all that?
In the way every kid walked around here all summer. Even you. Especially you, Winthrop. And Mama. Do you think the parents wish you'd never come to River City?
Well, you do.
No, I don't. Now please, go.
Yeah, go, Harold.
I can't go, Winthrop.
Why not?
For the first time in my life, I got my foot caught in the door. There was love all around, but I never heard it singing. Oh, I never heard it at all, till there was you.
That's why I interrupted this program at this time. Rest assured, this snake in our bosom would have been misapprehended at this time. Yes. My fellow River citizens, need I remind you I've done everything in my power to prevent this dire happening from, happening. 7 years ago,
Yeah. That professor has taken nearly $300 in instruments tonight.
And we haven't even seen them uniforms yet. Well, I haven't seen a uniform or my girl since just after supper.
He's a kidnapper.
A fine situation.
7 years ago, our fathers brought. Now, just a minute, ladies and gentlemen. Virtue has triumphed. The sword of retribution has cut down Professor Harold Hill. Now, if there are those who are melting tar and collecting feathers, I will not say a nay.
Surely there are some of you who have forgotten our Iowa stubborn, tip on the shoulder, everlasting arrogance long enough to remember River City before Harold Hill arrived. Do you remember that? Do you? Surely some of you ought to be grateful for what he's brought to River City, and if so, I think you ought to admit it.
You're wasting a great deal of time here. If there is anyone who thinks this man Hill should not be tarred and feathered, please stand. Oh, you lady, sit down. And the rest of you, standing there like a coda, Shropshire sheep, have you forgotten those expensive band uniforms, those technical instruction booklets, and those high-priced band instruments? Have you forgotten the guarantee and warranty that your children would be taught to play in a band? Well, where's the band? Huh? Where's the band?
Think